Hi, today is the last day of my 40 days of mourning. It has definitely been a fast 40 days. So tomorrow, I put away my black clothes and I take the black ribbons from my door. I feel still lost and still sad. I think I'm going through my mourning very well. I went through the shock. I went through the delusion. Not the delusion, but the denial. I think I'm still in denial. I think I've hit the depression, but I keep on keeping on. Yesterday, I'm getting ready for a road trip. It's time for me to run away from my problems. And as I was going through my paperwork and getting my paperwork in order, I still don't have it all in order. But over the years, my honey wrote me letters. Nothing in that one. But this is the kind of letter he wrote me. Love you, sweetie. Oh, maybe it was enough. It made my heart swell. I removed and lost that letter, but it's probably in my scrapbook. I don't know why he sent me that one. Pay your bill online. This one was written on September the 29th, 2021 to the house here. So was this one posted at the same time? Now, this one I wrote to him. He gave me back all his mail to hold for him. And just a receipt. When I left, I gave him a receipt to my riding lawnmower. I also, when I left the last time, I signed over my Tinkerbell truck to him. I got a letter missing somewhere, an envelope. All it has in it is a piece of birthday wrapping paper. No note, just wrapping paper. Everybody said I had a weird love affair with my sweet pea, and it's true. I did. I have my scrapbook. I found it last night too. My sweet love, Michael Hill. Our days together was in Anadarko, Oklahoma, Chickasha, Armand Beach, and back again to Anadarko. This time when I moved to Florida, he drove the U-Haul, and he spent 2 weeks here, and we went to Palm Coast, and we spent time on the beach. Now this picture. I took that picture of him in Denny's in 2011. And anytime I wanted to know what mood my sweet pea was in, I would look at this picture. And if it was smiling, he was in a good mood. And it looked sad, he was in a bad mood. This picture always was my connection to him. I used to keep it on my wall. Then, how does love grow? Waiting for him for my first date from the sale barn. That's where we met, was at the sale barn. He walked up to me, and I was selling my belongings because my husband had died. And so I was selling my belongings there so I could move to Florida. We had a cat. That was our cat. Our baby, our cat, was found, or to say, he found us at 206 West Central in Anadarko. I'd walk this cat on a leash. So cool. I don't know if you can see this picture very well, but I took a picture of a griff. So I have a bird there, and it's touching our lips, and it's the kiss of the hawk with love. Oh, and I never quit believing in my Michael, but don't want to show that picture too much, but that picture was the reason we stayed separate. That was his world. And I never thought of a sacrifice. You know, when a man loves his grandkids that much, you know, and children don't stay little for long. So you have to grab the time to love them. There's a new grandchild, I think, in this picture. Yeah, 5 grandchildren now. And then I did the map to my heart. This was over by Grace Church. He would come over and see me. And then how love grows. It's a picture of him holding our cat. I think that was 4th Street. I can't remember. But he was my sweet pea. He was my sweet pea. And then here's the letters I sent him. He gave them back to me. What's behind? No, my pictures are fading. We went to the Christmas lights in Chickasha. And I tore up pieces of all the Christmas gifts he gave me. I didn't bring my toys. I'll put them in there. So here is a better picture of my... This morning, he was kind of frowning. But he's not really frowning now. But he's not really happy either. What's our fortune cookie said? Let's finish this up now. Someone is waiting for you on that. If you wait too long for the perfect moment, the perfect morning moment will pass you by. We waited for the perfect morning, perfect moment, and it did pass us by. But I made this back in 2011. It says, yeah, that's the other fortune cookie said. Of all, I'm getting a light. Of all the crafts to be honest men. Let's see, turn that. Well, I can't get my light right on that one. But we did let the perfect moment pass. September 2020, he said next year his grandchildren will be at the age and we can marry. Pitter patter my heart. But anyway, here's samples of the things I moved from the window. This is on the back of a money envelope from Mom. He didn't put any money in it. Anyway, from MidFirst Bank. He just love you. And then he says, got here late, wanted to surprise you. I waited in the bed, naked. Just kidding. For you. Sorry I missed you. See you tomorrow. Yeah, he was just joking about being naked in bed. But wouldn't that have been a sight to come home to? I came by at 10:20 a.m. Very busy day for me. Has a wedding to go to. Then he has to go to the hospital to see his daughter. She's having her operation at 3. The grandkids are sick. And they may have to go to the clinic. The grandkids was what made his world go round. But he never really gave me a long love letter. Never. And then...
In Spanish.
No, shut up. This phone never does what it's supposed to do. I got everything keyed up just for it to talk back to me. Anyway, he wrote me a long love letter on September the 17th. Can't read it because it's very personal. But he never wrote me a letter like this ever before. This is the first time. Love you, baby. We always got long texts, but never love letters. And then he tells me on the 18th of September, really rough day for me. Think I would just go for a long, long drive west on a I-40, then northwest toward Angel Fire. Love you, Jeannie. Then on September the 20th, it was 8 o'clock, 8:26 in the morning. He said, call me if you get this message, please. I called him. We talked about 2 hours, I think. Seemed like he was very uplifted, and his little drive had done him some good. But he was telling me all of his regrets and how we wasted our life not being together. I don't feel it was a waste. I loved him so. I would have waited another 10 years for him if that had been the case, because we had this spiritual telepathy together. If I needed him to call me, I just closed my eyes and rub my hands and say, Michael, Michael, call me. And he would call me. Or sometimes I'd hear him, or we would call each other at the same time. So we were very connected spiritually. And then on September the 22nd, I hadn't heard from him. I sent a message, are you okay? And that was at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 22nd, I wrote, Michael, Michael, you left me alone. Because I don't remember, it was in the month of September. I don't remember which date, because it wasn't written on our texts, it was spoken. He asked me, do you think I'm going to die? You know, I worried because he did the jabs. I worried about his stress level. And he never actually told me why he was doing so much walking, but I assumed it was his heart. And the stress level that he was having in September was immense. But on the 25th of September, one of my Facebook friends messaged me that my Michael had gone. And so I kept messaging him because his phone was working. And his phone worked up until, I think, October the 5th. Yeah. I sent him a picture of the beach and I sang him a song. Oops. Things don't work the way they want they're supposed to work. Here we go. Why won't it work? It won't play. But it's a picture of Flagler Beach. And I sang a song. There we go. Now it wants to work. Now it doesn't want to work. I'm going to sign me off. And God bless you. And now we'll just listen to the ocean and remember my Michael. So anyway, then after that, when there was no, it felt good reaching out to him on the text, even though I know he had passed to heaven. And then when I turned that off, the doorbells started ringing. Had to get rid of the doorbell. And I haven't put it back up. But last night, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I was hearing bells. So Michael's still around. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. And this is my Michael. I remember that smile. It's like I have that picture I showed you with his grandchildren. It looks like he's smiling down at his sweet babies. His sweet babies. And this was something I got on September the 20th. It says, let go of sin and worldly hindrances, your problems that are holding you back and dragging you down. And don't quit before you reach the finish line. That was September the 20th. That's the day he died. I guess that's when Alaska was calling him to the mountains. He said that the need to go to Alaska was very strong. And the day that I found out he died was September the 25th. God remembers everything we endure a lot for his sake on this earth. And someday he will wipe away every tear from our eyes. And there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Revelation 21:4. You know, I still had a very hard time. I love him. I loved him in life. I love him in death, and I'll love him for eternity. O my Father, thou that dwellest in a high and glorious place, when shall I regain thy presence and again behold thy face? In thy holy habitations did my spirit once reside. In my first primordial childhood, was I nurtured by your side. For a wise and glorious purpose thou hast placed me here on earth, and within it withheld thy recollection of my former friends and mirth. Yet oftentimes a secret something whispers you're a stranger here, and I had felt that I had wandered from a more exotic sphere. I had learned to call thee Father through the Spirit from on high, but until the key of knowledge was restored, I knew not why. In heaven, parents single, know the thought makes reason scare. Truth is reason, truth eternal, tells me that I'm a mother there. When I leave this frail existence, when I lay this mortal by, Mother, Father, may I meet you in your royal courts on high. Then at length, when I have completed all you sent me forth to do, with mutual aberrations let me come and dwell